Well, hi everyone. I'm mobile and I've never tried this before, but let's try it. This looks like it could work. I feel like I can also hear at like 2% because I'm a little congested. And yesterday when I was on the plane, it was a little bit of a disaster for my ears, but I made it. So I'm in San Francisco and figure, hey, let's go ahead and see what we can see with stocks. So I'm excited to be here. We'll see how it goes. I specifically want to see what the heck is going on in the market today, mostly because yesterday we heard that the COVID booster shot was approved for folks who were immunocompromised. In other words, folks who probably either are elderly or who have underlying conditions like respiratory illnesses that could benefit from a third shot. Now, this kind of additional FDA approval is something that yesterday I had the suspicion when I saw the headline would move recovery stocks somewhat to the upside. I'm not seeing that happen right now. I am actually a little surprised by that, mostly because I believe that today should be some form of precursor to a movement that we would expect after getting official FDA approval on the vaccines. That is, I think that recovery stocks should have two catalysts, one being a booster shot and one being formal FDA approval for the vaccines, because I think that would send a signal to the market that, oh, hey, now nobody should not get the vaccine, so to speak, and maybe that would be good for recovery stocks. Interestingly, I'm not actually seeing that in the market today. So let's just specifically try to go look for recovery stocks here and see. I'm going to start with, let's say we'll go to like Cheesecake to start with, or Carnival. See, Carnival's down 2/3 right now. We've got, let's see, usually we've got Cheesecake in here. There it is. Cheesecake's actually up 1/3. Chipotle's more to stay-at-home stock with its Chipotlanes. You've got, look at that, Darden down 2.23%. You've got Delta Airlines pretty much flat. So I'm not really seeing a clear, consistent sort of mover here solely because of this booster shot approval. So maybe this booster shot approval is actually not really helping recovery stocks as much as I thought it would. See Lyft down 0.78 here. Let's find another one here. Macy's down 0.10. Usually Macy's moves first. Yeah, I see some of you like this layout, some of you don't. There's nothing I can do. This is the best I have. So don't complain about the layout. I'm mobile. It is what it is. But anyway, yeah, SoFi, obviously not recovery. We'll come back to SoFi in a moment here. Rite Aid plays the recovery game. So yeah, I'm Spirit Airlines down 0.08%, Southwest down 1/3. I have to say I'm a little surprised. I thought there would be a more consistent catalyst for a move today after that booster shot. So a little surprised by that. Instead, it seems like earnings, mostly negative earnings, are driving movements today. Let's go ahead and take a look at the losers here. So Wish getting whacked by earnings here. I actually don't know. Let me pull up here. I'm going to pull up the Bloomberg terminal as well. Give me 1 second here. So let's see here. There we go. Let's see if we can get the Bloomberg terminal up on this thing as well. There we go. Haha. See, top news on Bloomberg.com right now is talk about the booster shot, which really I think should be moving the market more than it is. There's also this possibility that maybe any kind of good or bad news with Delta is just baked in with recovery stocks right now. And the market realizes, look, good or bad with Delta, maybe recovery stocks just got a little overpriced. Maybe we priced in too much perfection on recovery stocks, which is something to consider. That what if recovery stocks having fallen substantially again since April, May, June? What if that fall is long run justified? That valuations just got a little too stretched. I don't know. Is Cardano really at $2? Oh my gosh. Well, we killed it on that one. Gee whiz. I'm going to take a look at that. Let's go 88 USD. Oh my gosh, it is. That's incredible, y'all. That's incredible. Wow, I killed it on that one. That's good. All those of you in stocks and psychology and money who picked up the multiple alerts on Cardano just destroyed it. Wow. I remember too, one of the times we bought the dip, it was like 133 or something. It had fallen from 142 to 143. I'm sorry, 133, which isn't as low as some of the other dips, obviously, like the 104 and the 108s. But I was sitting with dinner with Lauren, and she's like, I don't know, Kevin. Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, yeah. That's fun. Yeah, this is one of your top 5 crypto coins. So sort of, I consider it an Ethereum competitor. I like BTC, Ethereum, and Cardano, ADA. But anyway, this is an incredible run here. Let's go see why. Let's look at the hour here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at that. That is a run right here. That's incredible. Good job on Cardano here. What about, let's see why that's happening. Is BTC moving as well? Yeah, I mean, you definitely have a BTC move. 46.6 here. See, it came right back to that line. I don't know what it is with this particular line here, but crypto, like Bitcoin is really stuck here. And that's very interesting to see Bitcoin stuck here. It does make me think that Cardano just got a nice lift beyond this point, which is pretty awesome. Let's look and see if Ethereum got that kind of lift as well. Let's go to ETH USD. Yeah, Ethereum got a nice lift as well. It certainly broke past that 31 level. Very nice. Good job. Yeah, this is incredible. Crypto just killing it right now. It is definitely a crypto momentum time. So anyway, let's look at some of the losers here. So obviously, a lot of missed expectations here with SPACs. Look at this. It's almost all the SPACs, right? SPAC. I don't know if Honest was a SPAC. I don't think they were. I think they were a DPO. Honest. Let's see here. Honest. Jessica. No, they IPO'd. Right. Yeah. They had an IPO, but their earnings missed. Right. So what you really have here is Wish missed earnings, Honest missed earnings, SoFi missed earnings, Tattooed Chef missed earnings, Beachbody. I didn't know Beachbody reported earnings. Let's see. Beachbody reports 2Q, second quarter. Yep, yesterday. Loss of 5 cents. Revenue grew 20% year on year. Yep. Okay. So let's see here. Yeah, this is a sign, in my opinion, of the market again doing its classic. We're going to punish anything that is slightly bad, and we're just going to not really reward much things that are doing very well. The market's been doing a lot. It's been pretty rare that we've seen a stock actually skyrocket after earnings. I mean, Disney's doing pretty well, but it's running back to what, the 188 level. The thing used to be over 200. Where is it? Yeah, 4%, 187. That's not bad. Rocket Mortgage was higher than this. Ran up almost 8% at one point. Sitting at 4% now. Excuse me. So let's see here. Kevin, is it true that SoFi EPS missed only because of warrants? Otherwise, it would have been about a 5 cent loss. It's possible. We can pull up the investor relations right now. Let's go look. SoFi. Yeah, I was hoping the warrants would go away. The warrant weight in this quarter. So let me look at it. I'll pull up the filing quickly. Okay, current report. Here we go. Is it going to be under the 8K? 19 pages. Maybe. Okay. So let me see what it takes for me to share this screen. Oh, there we go. I just have to put it on the iPad. That's convenient. We got dual monitors on a mobile setup. I love it. Okay, here we go. SoFi recorded a 165.3 net loss for the second quarter of 2021. We remeasured a valuation allowance, right? The absence of that tax benefit, together with significant non-cash stock-based compensation, and fair value changes in warrants, primarily related to the fair market value of SoFi stock, were the largest contributor to the loss. Yeah, these all seem like one-time aspects, right? Comparing to a tax benefit from last year, stock-based compensation, which is so common with a SPAC. The stock-based compensation is such a massive weight on these SPACs, and the warrants. That certainly doesn't help the year-over-year comparison. I mean, look what you're doing. You're really taking a company and you're saying, hey guys, hey, look, last year we were profitable by $7 million. This year we lost $165 million. But don't worry, everything is okay. That's really what you're doing. And Wall Street doesn't like that. Wall Street's very impatient. I was really expecting this warrant issue to clear up by this quarter, but maybe it'll take a few more quarters to clear up. So yeah, no worries. So this is why I like selling puts. Yeah, so this is the benefit of selling puts on SPACs. I think SPACs have they've got serious headwinds for the future, and selling puts on them is very, very like stock sexy. So here's what I mean. Actually, today might not be such a horrible day when it's down 11%. But let's take a look. All right, crypto quotes. Charles talks today about Cardano updating to Alonso. Nice. Hold on a sec. Let's see here. Sorry. All right. So let's take a look at selling puts here. All right. Yeah, and then let's also let's see here. Let's flip. Yeah, we should flip the chat. Let's flip the chat. Why don't we flip the chat? It's too much movement here. Well, let's see. How can I even do it from where I am? I don't even know if I can. Yeah, I can. Oh, there we go. I just have to push that button. Okay, well, that's easy. There we go. All right. So where were we? All right. Let's see here. Let's look at SoFi puts. SoFi sold puts today. How do they look? Well, let's go out to October. And let's see here. October, let's go to the $15 one. Oh, well, the pricing's not going to be up yet. We should wait for the pricing. Let's wait for the pricing. Yeah, I can't really say that I'm feeling better. I think I'm feeling okay. No, I'm not feeling okay. I feel like crap. Yeah. But anyway, whatever. So, all right, let's see what else is happening here. Airbnb's down 2.35%. We've got Open Door down 2.2. Posh. Okay, let's see. A lot of middle movers here. I do want to get some headlines in. Upstart again. I cannot believe that Upstart is at 187. It is so mind-blowing. Good job. I'm in the business of importing packaging for my companies. It is now costing as high as 16x to get a container from China, and the costs are going up daily. Switching to American manufacturing, something going on. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. Thank you, David J, for mentioning that. Yeah, the shipping congestion is crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and get a little bit of a headline here while we wait for the bell. All right. So, all right, Pelosi faces revolt from moderates on budget timing. People really want Pelosi to push through this first stimulus package too, the infrastructure package, rather than wait on it. But she wants to wait for both packages. She doesn't just want one package. So this is also very interesting. I think this is going to potentially have eventual stock market consequences. If the United States has to, I don't think it will, but if the United States ends up deploying back to Afghanistan, I think there could be some stock market nervousness. The Taliban taking over Kandahar and 4 cities now? Jeez. It's a big deal. This is what happens when you withdraw troop support for an immature, propped up democracy, and it quickly falls apart within weeks of a United States troop withdrawal. You leave a power vacuum and this happens. I do think this could eventually have some stock market consequences. We'll see what happens here. Angela Merkel's would-be successor rubs elbows with Elon Musk. Oh, that's cool. All right, so we got about 15 seconds until the bell. There we go. China's port shutdown raises fear of closures. Ooh, we'll read that in a second. Let's go to the market open. Why don't we go ahead and look at AMC to start? All right. Ding, 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 ding. Yay. The market's open. Yay, we're all up early. And wow, AMC gaps down. Looks like it's trying to recover here. It just looks like a mess is what it looks like, actually. Yeah, but here's a bit of a gap down about 2% right now. Trying to play. Now that's coming back. There you go. All right, AMC's trying to come back a little bit. Okay, how are some other things going? We got Tesla, kind of flattish. You know, what's interesting is this morning, Tesla, why is this popping up? Oh, there we go. Do you want to, don't ask, I don't need to use my microphone. There we go. Not with Bloomberg. But anyway, back to the there. So, yeah, Tesla was up like 2% in pre-market yesterday. It's really weird. Because now it's basically flat. Now it's about to go negative. Oh my gosh, look at this sell volume. Somebody just dumped a load of Tesla. That's fascinating. All right, let's see how the market's actually behaving here. Whoa, Wish is getting smoked. Oh, now keep in mind, Wish has always had a momentum aspect to it. This is very important to know. You've got, how does the S&P hit a record high again? I just got a notification. The S&P 500 hit another record high. That's too funny. The S&P 500 is just, this has been the year of the index. But anyway, 28% here on Wish. That's a pretty big gap down. Let's also just turn on extended here so we don't see those weird gaps. There we go. You can actually see the behavior here now in the pre-market. There you go. That's a little bit more normal. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and go over to Bloomberg for a moment. At least the headline here. Take a look at this. China's port shutdown raises fears of closures worldwide. It's not so good. It's not so good. COVID outbreak that has partially... See, this is something I was mentioning a couple weeks ago, is that Delta could end up leading to more manufacturing shutdowns or even shipping shutdowns. There you go. It's starting, unfortunately. What a disaster. What a disaster. The COVID outbreak that has partially shut one of the world's busiest container ports. Like, why? Why are you guys shutting down a container port? Like, can't you just wear masks? Like N95s or something? I don't know. I don't get it. But I think the last thing we need to do is shut down more container ports. Anyway. COVID outbreak has partially shut one of the world's busiest container ports. Heightening concerns of rapid spread of Delta will lead to a repeat of last year's shipping nightmares. Yeah, I believe that. The port of LA, which saw its volumes dip because of a June outbreak whatever, port in China, is bracing for another potential decline because of the latest shutdown in China. CEO of supply chain management company Mercury Resources said that many companies chartering ships are already adding COVID contract clauses as insurance, so they won't have to pay for stranded ships. Wow. COVID clauses. Jeez. Seems as if things were just starting to calm down, and now we're going into Delta delays. Ugh. You're going to have a secondary hit. See, this is going to do something very interesting for the market. You're going to have this situation where, oh, hold on a sec. If I play this, can you hear this? I don't think you will, but let's see.
When you look at the case numbers in the US or in Europe or other places, in one case, it seems such an overreaction. But here,
nah, I think that'd be weird the way I don't think you'd be able to hear that, or it'd come through really weird. I don't know. I suppose maybe you can let me know in the comments. I have to figure out a different maybe audio input. But anyway, yeah, so we've got this weird situation where you hear it, you kind of hear it. Oh, that's actually quite bizarre. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, I could pretend you could hear that kind of decent. Wow. Okay, thank you. We might retry that in a moment. But let me first say, what's very interesting is you've got this scenario where Delta could actually purposefully drill inflation down. Delta could lower inflation more than we expect, temporarily at least. But it could make inflation worse longer run. Watch this. CPI. See, remember what happened last March and April in 2020. So let's zoom into inflation here for a moment. See this dip right here that happened in March, April, and May? Delta could literally do this to inflation. Sorry. Hold on a second. Look at this beautiful chart for a second. One sec. Sorry, I hate being sick. I did not miss this. You know, it was like a year and a half that I hadn't been sick. Wow. I took that year and a half for granted. Anyway, imagine we get another hole, right? We get the sort of delta crush of CPI numbers, which means we're literally going to see a hole right here from Delta, whether it's caused by shipping constraints or people just canceling their trips or whatever. I don't know. People just not spending as much anymore. People saving money again because they're worried about Delta. I don't know. Point is, you could literally see inflation go from, 5% on an annualized basis because we're comparing to this hole over here. We just compared to these July numbers over here, which is still technically in the hole. Then you start seeing the market slow down. That'll be really interesting. What's that going to do for tech stocks? What's that going to do for crypto? What's that going to do for recoveries? All of a sudden having much lower inflation than expected, as not only we get to that natural inflection point, but we also get to a delta-driven push down. So anyway, I think we were going to give that a try. Let's see if we can. This is sort of a snippet here from Bloomberg on shipping. All right, y'all said it was kind of decent, so let's try it here. All right. We'll see what happens. And then we'll go back to the sticks here. Well, right now,
hire up to 10 times more efficiently with Indeed hiring platform.
Right. Y'all gonna spam us first with an ad. Personal loans have skyrocketed, so that could be a big problem in the future. Yeah, I don't know. People have more money than ever now. But yeah, you're right.
The world's third busiest container port after a worker became infected with COVID. It's threatening more damage to a fragile global supply chain.
One worker?
Have already been rising. Let's get more now from Bloomberg's China economy editor James Baker. James, thank you so much for joining us. How much do we actually know about the shutdown?
Good morning, Francine. So what we know so far is that the one port worker was found to have asymptomatic coronavirus a couple of days ago during regular testing. So he'd already been vaccinated with Sinovac in January and March, and then they're isolating. They're already isolating the port workers to keep them out of risk of getting infected. And then during regular testing, he was found to be too positive. And it seems he caught it from a sailor on one of the ships in the port. So they've isolated. I guess the hope is that they've managed to catch it early before other people in the port and
we don't know how long it could last, but what's amazing, it basically impacts all ports around the world. For example, Los Angeles, that's very dependent on that trade.
That's right. I mean, when you look at the case numbers in the US or in Europe or other places, in one case, it seems such an overreaction. But here in China, this is the government zero COVID policy. It means literally that, zero COVID. Xi Jinping came out a few days ago with a message that was sent across the nation to every local authority saying, zero COVID means zero COVID. There must be no cases. And this is what they do when there is one case in a port, they shut that port down. When there is a case in a city, they shut the city down and test millions of people. And so, while this is going to disrupt exports, while this is going to disrupt imports in the US, it's going to disrupt imports in Europe. This is what the Chinese do, and this is how they're going to continue to do it as long as there are cases that occur. So we can expect more of these kind of things.
So, James, how difficult is it to actually try and, I don't, it's a timeline thing, right? So if it stays closed a week, it's different than if it stays closed like 3 weeks. But is there, a way to minimize the impact if you do it, I guess, often, but for 1 or 2 days? Is it less disruptive? Do we have any idea of calculating the economic effect of these closures?
I mean, the only port shutdown. Quite substantial. The port was backed up. There were hundreds of thousands of containers that didn't get shipped out that month. And so
I'm going to pause for a second. If I mute, if I mute me, it probably also mutes that, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's talk about this briefly here. So some questions here. Let me clarify. I think Delta can cause a deflationary move as people cancel trips and stop spending money. Port closures get worse, which actually backlogs more potential inflation. So you could see this scenario where Delta leads to these port shutdowns, which obviously puts pressure on prices going up and supply chain issues. But if at the same time people are spending less because of Delta, then they're delaying their spending because of Delta, that spending comes back all of a sudden as maybe Delta wanes. But now you've compounded supply issues even more. Now you really set yourself up for some price pain once you get through Delta. Everybody's wondering right now how long Delta is going to take. That's the big question right now. And let's take a look here. COVID cases. Let's give this a look here. So let's go to everywhere in the United States. And let's look at the last 2 weeks. Yeah, so we're certainly elevated. 138,000. We are almost as high. Well, we had 168 on the 6th here. So kind of breaking the trend a little bit with this sort of downward trajectory slope here. We'll see what tomorrow's readings are. Tomorrow's readings, I think, will be to tell. If tomorrow we still have another downward trajectory on the cases, that could be very good. Maybe that would be a sign that we're going to have a UK-style sort of fall down. See if we go out over here. Right now we're going up. But if we start flattening, maybe we'll start looking like the United Kingdom, which you can see it had its up, then its fall. But take a look at this. It sort of plateaued at a higher level, which is interesting. It didn't go all the way back down. So that'll be something to keep an eye on. That, and then they, over here in the United Kingdom, they have way more herd immunity than we do. But anyway, yeah. So numbers-wise, yes, port closures would create supply and price pressures, but they also correspond with Delta shutdowns, Delta-style shutdowns, which could lead to temporary deflation again. But take a look at this. Upstart just got upgraded to $230, and it's sitting at $193 right now. I have to say I'm blown away by this company. The thing was $60 not that long ago. At one point, it became a trader stock. Now it's just literally going to the moon. It's pretty incredible. Really incredible moves here. I mean, you really can't hold a candle to Upstart here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up. Let's pull up. I'm going to pull up the terminal here. 1 second. All right, let's see what we got. Upstart. I will check out some updates. And I also want to see what Palantir is doing really quick. Palantir, very excited for Palantir. Wow, I cannot believe they're going down now. You know, this is the weirdest market ever. Oh well. Okay, Upstart. All right, let me see here. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, I'm back. All right, let me leave this right here. Oh, look at that. Tesla went red as well. And Cardano at 2 at 2. It's incredible. Okay, looking at Upstart here. Let me go to the news here for Upstart. So Upstart, let's see here. Jim Cramer says buy into Upstart. Oh, Jim Cramer's after it. Barclays raises price target from $130 to $230. Wow. That's a big move. Don't wait for a market crash to buy this stock. Wow. Interesting. A lot of folks really excited about Upstart. We'll look at their financials quickly. Let me see what I can share. So we've got, they are profitable in 2021, sitting at about $1.31. Makes them a little pricey. But unlike a lot of the SPACs, they're profitable. See, if they get to $2 EPS 2023, still trading for like 100 times that. I think it's expensive, but wow. It's like a lot of excitement. And they are profitable. Got to give them that. You know, a lot of SPACs right now just not even remotely profitable. All right, so what do we got? And I think the market's a little bit nervous about that. So good job, Upstart. Almost up 10% now. Marathon, 6 and a bit. Hot 8's up. Obviously moving with crypto here. Disney's down to about 3.6 to the upside. Coinbase up a bit. All the crypto stocks doing well. And towards the downside, a lot of pain in the SPACs. SPACs and the recent IPOs. I mean, that's what you got over here. SPACs and IPOs, low cash flow, you know, negative earning companies. Red today like crazy. A lot of those are red today. Interesting, though, even Nordstrom trading down, especially after that booster shot talk. I don't know. The market didn't really shrug that off. Didn't really like that. All right. Let's go back over here to Bloomberg. Let's see what we got over here. Buy the dip on Lemonade. Lemonade's a little pricey, too. All right. I think that's... yeah, I don't think... The Upstart future PE is closer to $100, right? The growth companies, you should be looking at the futures, but anyway. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely a market where I think we're seeing any kind of company that is not bluntly profitable is having a little bit more of a rough time in the market. I think that's also why you're seeing Tesla trade so sideways. It's just the stock market right now is looking for that cash flow, as Kevin O'Leary says. The cash flow, what did he say? Cash flow, cashola. I believe that. I mean, I think it's evidence too. that if you look at Apple, for example, compared to Amazon, right? Look at this. So go to the day chart. Here's Apple, right? No, that's not Apple. Hold on. This is Advanced Auto. Hold on. I'm like, Apple is not 200. Let's go to Apple. AAPL. Yeah. Look at Apple, okay? Apple recently breaks out to almost 150 here. Amazon, Apple being very profitable. Amazon, on the other hand, not being as profitable. Tries to break out with Apple, and the market's like, yeah, no, never mind. What's another cash flow business? Google. No, just Google. There we go. And look at that. See what I mean? It's about cash flow right now. People want the cash. And anything that's just bleeding cash is less desirable in this market right now, I believe. Kind of interesting. So again, SPACs, recent IPOs, not so sexy right now. All right, so what else we have here? Let's look at some other headlines. So we talked about the Taliban. Let's see here. Inflation forecasts keep rising as supply chain constraints loom. Yes, I do think that supply chain constraints are going to hurt inflation a lot. Okay, what's going on here? What's this blurry page here of madness? I have no idea. Oh, want me to sign in? Oh, I'll sign in. Hold on a sec. Let me sign in really quick. Anyway, how are y'all doing? All right, hold on. Let me grab this and go on over to Safari and sign in. Interest rate and taper fears. I don't think interest rate fears are so high right now. I do think the taper is going to help us actually slow down how fast we have to raise rates. All right, let's sign in here. Come on. Let's waiting for the thing to pop up here. It's so slow today. I'm about to go back to the sticks. In fact, that's what I will do because it's just not loading. You know, it's not that hard to sign in. Apparently it is, though. It's literally pinwheeling. There we go. There we go. I think I got it now. There we go. Click and go. Oh my gosh. Pick all the palm trees. Don't they know that we're streaming here? Oh man. They're funny. There we go. I think we did it. All right, let's try now. Can we get back over to what we had? There we go. Look at that. Put me back in that little box. Perfect. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right. So what do we got here? U.S. inflation forecasts. So the supply constraints plaguing the U.S. recovery show few signs of dissipating soon. This is true, weighing on growth and stoking inflation. Forecasters lowered economic growth projections for this year and lifted inflation expectations into 2022 across a variety of metrics. Ongoing supply chain shortages, labor shortages holding back. All right, so take a look at this. Wow. Economists continue to ratchet up their inflation projections. Look at that. In May, we expected inflation to be the black line. And every month thereafter, you see that projections have actually gotten a lot higher. That's interesting. Just sort of see that evolution of folks' inflation expectations. Compared to a year earlier, the personal consumption expenditures price index is now expected to rise 4% in the third quarter and 4.1% in the fourth, double the Federal Reserve's 2% goal. Expectations for the core metric, which strips out food and energy, were revised higher. Data Wednesday showed inflation remained elevated in July. Okay. Right, but we started to inflect downwards as prices for rent. Why would they? I don't know why they would say this, because let's be real, rent only went up 0.2%, which wasn't that dramatic. Recent study by the Peterson Institute for Economics found that workers in most U.S. industries are getting paid less than in December 19 after adjusting for inflation. That's interesting. So it seems like real wages are starting to at least head in the direction of up. Softer consumption. Consumer outlays are now forecast to grow at an annualized 4.5% pace, down 2 percentage points from last month's survey, obviously down from last quarter. Softening pace of household demand paired with ongoing supply constraints weighed on expectations for economic growth. GDP now seen rise. So that's interesting that economists are seeing less spending, but still this potential of more inflation. I do agree with less spending coming. I do think that's realistic. I think that people kind of spent themselves to oblivion. All right, so let's look at the FT here. Pfizer, we are the most efficient vaccine machine. Okay, dude. Let's see here. Texan. Okay. What else? European shares head for longest run of record highs since 1990. You know, the S&P is feeling the same thing, folks. Kind of crazy right now. Now let's look at that. Well, let's go here. Oops. Let's do, there we go, S&P 500. Look at the run. I just want to compare the S&P to Google for a moment. 44, say, we're going to go to 5,000 here soon. That's just straight up. What a bizarro market. Let's compare to Google. Oog. Yeah, let's go to year to date. There you go. Look at that, folks. Google up almost 40% year to date, with the S&P 500. Oh wait, hold on. There we go. Actually, stand corrected. Google up 60% year to date. S&P 500 up 20.68%. That's impressive. It's that cash flow. People care about it. Can some of y'all name some more cash flow businesses? Let's go ahead and look at their stocks. See, Upstart, keep in mind, is a newer, growth-oriented cash flow business. Not a lot of cash flow, but it has cash flow. It's very interesting. Who else has some cash flow business ideas? So what else do we have here? Rocket, big digital assets, Dogecoin, Walt Disney. Disney's got lots of cash flow. Facebook, Coca-Cola, yeah. I don't know how Facebook's been doing though. And Facebook, I think, has been weighed down by, yeah, definitely Disney. Facebook's been hurt by the sort of adpocalypse. Well, then again, that apparently hasn't stopped its stock from moving. So that actually is not a bad comparison. Let's go over here. Let's throw in Facebook. DocuSign loses money. Sadly. But DocuSign has done very well. Interesting. Facebook is also up more than the S&P. Very interesting. It's a good one. Target. Target's one of my favorite recovery stocks. Love this company. Oh, wow. Up 48% this year. Good job. Oh, NVIDIA cranked. But NVIDIA just prints money. They're great. We know NVIDIA is ridiculous. Zoom soon. We'll see. We'll see what that. Costco's been pretty good. I don't know. Did they beat the S&P? Costco did not beat the S&P. It's incredible. Some good examples. Good job. Yeah. All right. So Walmart. Yeah, there you go. There's another one. I'm in San Francisco right now. Yeah. San Francisco. Follow me on Instagram. I'll be around. Where am I right now anyway? Can we see the world? I see container ships. That's kind of cool. I don't know where I am. Oh, I don't want to move this because then I'll get disconnected. I'm not going to move it. Anyway, did Tesla beat the S&P 500 this year? I don't think so. I think Tesla's flat this year. I think Tesla's way underperforming the S&P. Oh, yeah, look at that. See? Tesla's down. Tesla's down compared to the S&P. Crazy. Basically, well, it's mostly flat. Anyway, let's go back to some of these sticks here. Yeah, you can really see those S&P weighted stocks, though, just doing very well. Rocket Mortgage now back to 10% up. All of a sudden took a little bit of a run here. Good job. Honest Company down 25%. Oh, my goodness. SoFi is about to test its bottom. That's incredible. Good. Buying opportunity. It's like 1478-ish, right around there. Seems to be about the bottom for this. Yeah, SPAC destruction right now. Arcimoto. A lot of destruction at some of the newer low cash flow companies. That's the theme. You don't even have to look. It's just the theme today. Cash flow gets rewarded. All right. Let's see what else we got. Let's see here. Oops. Creating issues here, Kevin. Let's go to, what do we want to do? Let's go to Wall Street Journal. And maybe The Economist. See what they have for us. Yeah, PayPal and Square, great companies. Yeah, definitely the Taliban, top front and center here. Very unfortunate. I feel very, who I particularly feel for are the women of Afghanistan. They will be going from a pseudo-democracy back to Sharia law. But we're not going to read about Afghanistan right now. Yeah. All right. Oh, look at this. How the delisting of Chinese firms on American exchanges may play out. This is juicy. What's going to happen? These days, politicians in Beijing and Washington seem to agree on very little, which is kind of ironic. I feel like there were a lot of hopes that things were going to be great with Biden and China. But no. The collapse last year of coffee. Saw that. That was dramatic. But let's see. Yes. Let me sign in. Hold on. All right. How are we going to do this? Give me 1 second. We'll sign in. Sign in. Always have to sign in. It feels like every day I have to sign in. All right. Let's get in. Come on. No, I would never do that, Tayu. Tayu type. I don't know. Anyway, where are we? That button. There we go. Back in your box, Kevin. All right. China, for its part, seems happy for its companies to leave American markets. Its regulators seemed unbothered in their actions to demolish the share price of Didi, ride-hailing company, just days after it listed in New York. That's true. What China did to Didi, that was dirty. I was really surprised by that. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Okay. Let's get to the bottom line of this. So, all right, we know the relations have been rough. Where's the bottom line? Okay, here we go. And especially are they going to talk about specific companies? Like, is NEO at risk, right? Still think there's like a 3% risk at NEO, but there is an even worse case. Some companies may simply go dark, meaning they'll stop reporting to American regulators and are delisted with no buyout at all. That might seem far-fetched, but this has happened before. In the aftermath of the accounting scandals of a decade ago, more than 100 Chinese companies vanished from the NYSE, destroying some $40 billion in market value. Many did not compensate investors. Wow, really? And shareholders in general stand little chance of recouping losses because most Chinese groups have few assets in America. Wow. Yeah, good luck suing in Chinese court, huh? That's scary. Yeah. Let's see here. Some stocks for which delisting need not involve much pain. Many ADR contracts say that investors can convert those shares into corresponding securities listed on other exchanges. Some of the biggest Chinese companies have been prepared, pursuing secondary listings in Hong Kong to which shares can be transferred. That's good for certain companies. Better dual listed. Interesting. All right. So, what else do we have here? Give me 1 second here. Sorry about that. All right, I'm back. Anyway, okay. So it does look like now we're actually seeing recovery rotate down a bit. This is very interesting. Build-A-Bear, Dave & Buster's down. Neo's down. Wayfair's down again. Very interesting. So how the heck is the S&P 500 always up day after day after day? It's just mind-blowing. Let's look at SPY again. Yeah, you can't keep it down, folks. Just can't keep it down. It's mostly the SPACs now, high valuation, just getting destroyed. But you just can't keep the S&P 500 down. Incredible. How incredible. Let's see here. 5-minute chart. It has softened a little bit here. It's barely green right now. So the market is softening. With the exception, obviously, of Rocket and Upstart, which are just absolutely destroying it. I'm trying to see if I can find any non-crypto, low cash flow stocks up here. Qualcomm's actually slowly catching up again. But golly, there's PayPal, 275, nice. Tesla's actually slightly green today. I'm shocked. Apple, Square, Twitter, Chipotle. It's incredible. Yeah, it maybe is like Fang M holding up the market all year. No kidding. What an incredible market. So okay, let's go ahead and see if we got any other headlines here. Okay, let's go to Bloomberg. Oh, gold's up 1%. Nice. All right, so what do we got over here? We have Taliban. Talked about that. Let's see. China's port shutdown. We talked about that. Richard Branson sells $300 million worth of Virgin Galactic. Wow. Pump it up with the flight and dump it, huh? I'm just kidding. I shouldn't say that. Or maybe he did. I don't know. You never know. I get more jaded as time goes on. But that's all right. Yeah, no kidding. California's dry season is turning into a permanent state of being. Yeah, you don't say. Anyway, y'all know there's a beautiful 40% off coupon code linked down below for those programs on building your wealth. Check those out. Got some new lectures coming out. Stocks and psychology money first. And I think that about covers this for today. So let's, if you have not yet, go to metkevin.com/public, get yourself a free stock. I'm going to go see if I can try to do a course member live stream from here, which I don't think there'll be a problem doing. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'll make a coffee and we'll do that. Otherwise, yeah, go to metkevin.com/public, get a totally free stock. Unlike other brokerages, they don't buy or sell your information. So check out Public and get a free stock, metkevin.com/public. And I'm glad to have been able to live stream with you all, even though I'm sick and more mobile. I think it worked out very well. So I appreciate you all. Thank you. And we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, folks.